Hey everybody, Tishadar here, and this video is I don't have the title right now, but you'll see it once I make it. But anyway, this video is basically a question. Like, have you ever noticed that there's a lot more focus within Wicca and not I can't say in paganism because that's covering too many different aspects of it, but in Wicca specifically, have you ever noticed that the goddess and the feminine aspect of deity is focused on a lot more often than the male aspect? Like, this isn't a hit piece, but it's just why, really, is my question. Because, I mean, Wicca focuses a lot. Like, they give a lot of attention. Oh, I'm pagan, by the way, so you'll know why I'm not saying we or anything like that. I'm pagan. I used to be Wiccan, but I decided to change to paganism so it can be a more personal practice for me and that good stuff. So anyway, going back to the topic at hand, uh, Wicca focuses a lot on balance. Oh, I'm sorry for squinting my eyes too. It's just the sun reflecting from the sand is kind of slightly blinding. So anyway, within Wicca, there's a lot of influence on balance between light and dark, good and bad, action, reaction, spirituality, and I don't know the opposite of spirituality. Just that which is spiritual and that which is physical. There. And it's just that I noticed that there isn't a lot of focus on the god, like at all. Like I hear very little on the god, about the god. I normally always hear about the goddess, feminine aspects, but why is the god left out in Wicca? That'll probably make a good video title. Because me personally, I think it's because of the fact that many people who are now Wiccan used to be Christian, and because of that, they stray away from anything mentioning a male aspect of deity because then in their minds, they think automatically back to when they were in their former faith of whatever Christian faith they belonged to at the time, and that creates a lot of bad vibes because it may force them to think about or it may remind them of bad experiences with like parents or the reaction that they got from their parents once they came out or decided to leave altogether Christianity, and because of that, that's why they stray a lot away from it and decide to go to a more feminine oriented spirituality. Now, I don't have like factual evidence that I can cover as far as news articles, nothing like that. I don't have a good reference point besides me living in my experiencing. So I don't want you guys thinking I'm some kind of expert or whatever. It's just a lot of what I see out, interacting with others. That's what I tend to see a lot of, you know. And something bad with that, but I think that especially when it comes to nature spirituality like Wicca, there needs to be a balance, and eventually I think that everyone should have to or will have to, not should have to, they'll have to come to terms with that when they think about how they live their lives and how they live when they're trying to get closer to nature and get to the foundation of existence, which is of course the earth and all that kind of stuff and natural aspects. They're gonna have to figure it out eventually that it doesn't matter that, I mean, it does matter to a certain degree, how you used to live and how you live now, but the most important aspect is to not hold a grudge. And there's not even a malicious grudge, is that of, having reservations or maybe some fear or, just shying away from that, that which can make you whole, you know, because it's when I first started my spirituality, I was very goddess oriented. I was a Christian for most of my life, and once I converted to Wicca, I left the God. Like I went like just like run like hell. I didn't want anything to do with the God, any kind of male aspect or anything like that. You just mentioned God, I would cringe a little bit because it just would remind me of the negative experiences that I had and the issues that I went through when I was Christian. that's why I strayed away. But as time wore on, I started to see myself slowly drifting to that balanced spirituality and having that spiritual practice that was more even to male and female aspects, and more than just male and female, because you know it not everything is genderized, but from a spiritual and physical perspective, that's what I mean when I say feminine and masculine. When I say feminine, I'm talking about the more spiritual aspect, and when I say masculine, I'm talking about the physical aspect. But just the mention of God, and just the very idea and construct of God, it made me very uneasy with myself. It made me feel a tinge of fear, to be honest. I'm probably going to make another video referencing my conversion. I have one from Christian to Wiccan, but that's just why I decided to leave it and talk about my overall process of doing it. So I'm probably going to make a new video on that one. Stay tuned. But I think that as a faith, we need to recognize the issues that we have with Christianity. In some places more than others, it's a lot more obvious and people are a lot more vocal about it. But the thing is, we need to handle the issues that we have with Christianity, you know, in a more positive way. I tend to talk a lot about it, or at least make some, yeah, kind of talk about it a little bit, or imply it a lot in some of my videos. But I think that it's one of those issues, one of those fundamental issues that a lot of us have, whether we're Wiccan or Pagan, all former converts from Christianity. I think that it's something that we really need to just look at ourselves and talk about. If we have people we can talk to it to, talk about it to, we should do it. Or if we're all alone and, solitary in our practice, just do a meditation, or, just overall just face that issue, you know. I personally didn't do it, so I'm a bit of a hypocrite, but I didn't have anyone to teach me. I'm not even just not figuring it out. It's just that now that I've grown so much from a faith base, and just overall just grow over the years, I just see that issue in a lot of young Wiccans who just convert. They have a lot of distrust, a lot of hatred, a lot of anger, a lot of pain. That's the issue, pain towards Christianity and Christians, and not all of it, just those who put them down and harmed them and made them feel like they weren't worth anything or that they didn't belong. That's what causes a lot of issues. Like, even for me, for my practice, I felt, a lot of pain and that I didn't belong, and I just felt so hurt, almost like I wanted to cry, and it's just that I had a lot of time on my own to just think and focus. That Oh, it's my dog, cat, over there somewhere that he sees. Shh, shh, hush. Anyway, so it's something that I think we really need to um, face. So I just wanted to make a video talking about it because it's something that could really hurt us if you don't face a pain, or you face that, anything that causes you a lot of harm or whatnot. It'll eventually just eat you up, and you'll be a lot better off just trying to fix the issue that you're having. Then stop. No, no, no. You're not going to see the cat. Then not facing it and just letting it, you know, go free in the recesses or in the shadow of your mind. So yeah, we need to focus a lot more on. We need to give a lot more attention to the God, because he's lonely, he's single, he's ready to mingle, and we're just leaving him aside. And for what? Because we're holding the issues from one faith, and we're holding on to the issue that we had with one faith, and we're projecting that onto the deity of another faith, and that doesn't do good justice, and that's just not the right thing to do. Period. So, you know, if you want to focus more on male spirituality, or more on the god, then of course, just you can connect the same way you did with the goddess. You do some rituals, read some books. Um, it just depends on if the spirituality that you adopt includes like naming names as far as like different gods like Apollo, Sol, Zeus, stuff like that, Osiris. Then you of course do research into a specific deity that you want to worship. But for my spiritual practice, because mine isn't focused right now, at least, on having names or whatnot. It's more the way I like to have it is very spiritual, very general. So it's not like my deity or my male aspect of deity necessarily has a name. More so, it's just I focus on the energy, and I focus on just getting in touch with that side, getting in touch with the teachings of it. On what it really means to be a man. Because like what it means to be a man, living in a spirituality that just allows me to be free and not be constrained by all kinds of definitions and qualifications in order to be the person that I am. What I focus on is just being me, being free, and living in a way that allows for growth, renewal, uh, and just redirection where I can just do anything that I want, change my practice however I want. I don't have to feel any kind of, you know, I don't have to feel any negative emotion towards it or feel guilty overall. So, and it's good to pick up a book. There's actually a book at the library I'm about to go get now that talks about the male aspect of deity of nature and that kind of thing. And I really like it. I'm going to go to the library and pick it up and get it lent to me. So, it's because I want to get in greater touch. I'm already in touch, but I haven't done a meditation, a ritual, or any kind of in touch ritual in a while. And that's chiefly because it's been raining for so long and my space is kind of flooded. And I can't really access my tools, such as it's just my prayer mat is all I really need. Maybe some incense or whatnot just to help me get into the mood, if you know what I mean. I said if you know what I mean. Anyway. Okay. All right, sorry. Anyway, yeah. So definitely think about that. Getting in touch with all aspects, light, dark, time. Yeah, I gotta cut the video in a little really soon. So you gotta try and balance your practice overall. There needs to be balance between light, dark, good, and evil. Don't focus too much on the light, or you'll be blinded by it. Don't focus too much on the dark, or you'll be stuck and you'll just be walking in the shadows. You want a good balance between everything, light and dark, good and bad. You know, don't focus too much on the life aspect. Don't focus too much on the death aspect. Everything overall. This is the overarching moral of the story. You need to have balance in your life. Whatever you have, you need a good helping of the opposite of whatever that aspect is that you're focusing on. So you can truly be balanced and be able to grow by getting more than one side of the coin. Having two sides of the coin, and even if there's more than that, just having a spirituality where you're just able to just learn in all of nature's faces, and from knowing all of nature's faces, have your life so that it's not focused on one thing or another. It's very diverse. And by having diverse practices, you have diverse energies, you have diverse potential, and you can go more places than one. It's not one or two roads, but it's an entire array of different paths that you can take that intersect, bisect, and just change to such a degree where you're able to do whatever you want to do should you choose to do anything at all. So that's what it means to have a really good spirituality. Not all these rules and various constructs that a lot of religions try to make, or try to centralize what is decentralized. And that's not bad overall, depending on its usage, you know. But having a good faith doesn't mean peppering yourself with all types of rules. It's just being free and allowing yourself to grow. Having the knowledge, the faith, and the confidence to walk as you will, however you will, despite what others say. So, this is Dishadara here, and I'd like to thank you for watching this video. If you want to hear more, get daily video updates, I like to welcome you to subscribe. If you want, you can like my video, like, view, share, that kind of thing. So thanks for watching. Ishidar here, and have a good day. Bye.